It's been a long time for all you old viewers. Gosh, I can tell right now this is going to be a mess. I'm out of practice. I've had a channel name change. It's Sweet Pea Crafts now. It used to be C. Renee Stitches. I have been absent from YouTube for a good while, almost 2 years. But I really miss it. I really want to get back into crafting. So I've got my notes. So if you see me looking over here, that's what I'm doing. And if you're a new viewer, welcome. My name is Christy. I live in the States. I live in Louisiana. And hopefully this is not coming out backwards. I guess I'll have to check it when I finish filming. We're gonna try to get this done in one film because I don't wanna, I've waited till the next to last day of the month, and I really wanted to get this up earlier in the month. But for whatever reason, January is a really busy month for me, and so here we are. So I'm gonna call this podcast number 1. I have some plans that I really wanna start filming more often, not super long videos. I wanna do some vlogging, take you places with me, go do some shopping. I have some home improvement stuff that I'm gonna be doing later this year. I thought I would vlog some of that. So I hope you'll stick around and subscribe and let me know what you think of it, and let's get to it. A couple years ago, I taught myself how to crochet, so this channel will be, and last year I made a quilt, finally, which is something I've always wanted to do, and I don't know why I never really buckled down and did it. So this channel will be crafting, it will be crochet and cross stitch and quilting, and my big goal this year is to knit something. So I have some yarn on the way. I was hoping it would be here to show you today, but it's not, and I'll show it to you in the next video, and hopefully I'll have some progress on something. I've picked out a pattern, and we'll see how it goes. Sorry for the glare on my glasses. I'm sitting in front of a window. This is the best lighting I could do today. We have had a super wet and mild winter this year, and I cannot catch a sunny day for anything, so we'll just have to make do. It's cloudy today. So I think I will start with my crochet first and move on from there. So my whip, right, I try to keep crochet just one whip, one project at a time, because I don't really I tend to do blankets, and I've been so horrible with posting. My Instagram is the same name as my channel, by the way, and I will put it in the box down below. But I have been so horrible about taking pictures of things that I finished and posting them. So I'm gonna try really hard to do better with that this year. I have made quite a few blankets, and I have a video of my granddaughter. I gave her a blanket for Christmas, and I will try to insert that at the end of this video. If I didn't get it in there, you know I didn't figure it out. So coffee. So this is my first, my only crochet project right now. I do have one other whip that I'm gonna show you next, but this is, let me see if I can unfold it a little bit. This is a blanket. I am 2/3 of the way through with it, so I will get a full picture in when I get it finished and get the border on. This is the Woodland Cow by Addict24. It's free on her blog, and I am using the yarn pack from Wool Warehouse. It is Stylecraft Special DK. And I love her blankets because it's really just mindless crochet. And I started this one My birthday's in August, and I started it for my birthday because autumn is my favorite season, and I thought, you know, I've been having this since it came out. I don't remember, maybe 2017, and I really wanted to start it this year, but then after I started a little bit and I wasn't getting along with it for whatever reason. It's not a difficult pattern. In fact, I think I might have showed you the back of it, but I'll try to get a little bit closer while we're talking. It's not a difficult pattern. I don't know. I just had to restart it a couple of times. Wasn't getting my counts right. And I put it down to do some Christmas projects. I made 2 blankets at Christmas time and a couple of other small crochet things for family members. And so I picked it back up in January, and I just finished part 4. There's 6 parts and then the border. I really wish I could have finished it this month, but you know, this one, I've done a couple of other of her blankets before. This one's taken me a little bit longer, but that's okay. I've really enjoyed crocheting. It's a lot quicker. So, although I love cross stitch and I have picked it back up, I love to be able to have a finished project, you know, right away. So that is one I'm working on right now for crochet. That's the only one I'm working on right now. The other crochet project, the only other crochet project I have that is not finished is this one, and I made 1 block, and I live in a very warm climate, so I've blocked this one, and I blocked it out pretty tightly so it would be kind of a looser square and the blanket would come out bigger. This is a Janie Crow pattern. It is Indian Roses. I do want to finish this one this year, but because it is a granny square kind of blanket, I will do this in the summertime when I don't want to have a big blanket all over me. I have, living in my little Dachshund bag, I have all of the other squares started that I need up to, I think, round 6. So this bag is full of those squares. And speaking of Dachshunds, I forgot to say that I have 2 miniature Dachshunds, my little sausage dogs, Gemma and Gus. And I'm sure sometimes they will make an appearance. I don't know if they will today. It's a little bit chilly and they don't like the cold weather. As far as finishes for crochet, I did get some things finished for January. I made this beanie with my little, I think pink and gray, or it's one of my favorite combos. This is the wind hat. If you look on Ravelry, you'll see it. It was a super easy stitch, and I finished that this year. And then I also, last year I had the opportunity, my husband had the opportunity to work out of state, and we were in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Ohio for a very brief time. And I went up there with him. It was nice. It was super nice to have a real snowy winter. It's not something we get a lot of here. But I was able to go to a couple of local yarn stores, and I got this yarn. Let me see if I can get the tag off of it. It is that is who made the yarn, and it is merino and alpaca. It's super soft. I love it. And I made a cowl out of it. This is just something I made up. It's the arrow stitch, and I made an ear warmer So it's kind of a peachy pink color, more peach than pink. But I really enjoyed working on that. It's so soft, so squishy. That was a lot of fun. So those are the 2 projects that I finished for January for crochet. Okay, cross stitch. I finally got back into it. I miss doing it. I do. It's just, it takes a long time for me to have a finished stitch. So, but it's time. I got some, isn't this the cutest bag ever? This is from So Much to Love. I love this bag. I got a few patterns for Christmas, and I really felt like a new start. I have a lot of whips. Some of them, I think I'm gonna rethink. I may not ever finish all of them, but we'll see. I thought maybe in my next video, I would show you some of the blankets that I've made, that I have here, that I haven't given away for crochet, and go through some of my whips that I at least want to touch on this year for cross stitch. I'm going to show you one that I'm going to work on in February after I finish this. But I wanted to make some new smalls, and this is a Stacy Nash Primitives. I've been wanting to make some of her little cracker series. This is Henrietta the Hen, and although she's made it to be a scissor keep, this is just, I'm not going to finish it as a scissor keep. I'm going to finish it, but not as a scissor keep. I'm using the called for threads, and I'm using 40 count tin roof linen. It's what I had in my stash. So I've made some progress on her. I'm about almost halfway done with her. So I'm definitely going to finish that. This is a super easy stitch to get back into. I wasn't sure if my poor old eyes could handle the 40 count anymore. But I'm getting along with it just fine. Sorry. I guess you can see a lot of light behind that. She's super cute. And I'm going to definitely finish her in February. Like I said, I wish I had time in January to finish her more, but we have 3 family birthdays in January, and it is just a super busy month. Although not one of my favorite months, and it seems like this month has gone on forever. So that is where I'm at with cross stitch. Those are the only 2 projects I've worked on this month. The woodland, well, besides the crochet finishes, I finished early in the month, and then I've been solely working on the woodland blanket and that cross stitch. So February for cross stitch, I am going to work on an old whip. It's living in this project bag right now. I made this bag. This was a tutorial from Vanna. I think most everybody at Twisted Stitcher, sorry. I think most everybody knows about that. I have not opened this up. I'm not going to take it out of the Q-Snap, but I'll show you where I was working on it at. I do not know why I picked I believe, a 32 count linen for this. This was Winter Moon. I don't know why I picked that, because I'm not super happy with the color of it, and I think when I finish it that I possibly may tea dye it. But this is Reflex de Soie, and it is G. Leger 1898. I do love this pattern. I do want to finish it. Let me see where I'm at. I'm over here on this side with the G and working my way down and then back across. So all of this I've done. I really am anxious to, let me see. I've done this big pair down here on the bottom, but I haven't done the barn yet, or house, whatever it is. So I really want to put some stitches in on it this month. How many I get in, I don't know. I'm going to finish Henrietta first. So we'll see about that. But that's one I'd really like to finish this year. I'm using all the Gentle Art threads for it. They're really, I do love these threads. And I have so many, I tend to start super big projects, and I have so many that I need to finish. So I just really grabbed the first one that was on top. But if you would like to see my other whips for cross stitch, leave a comment and I can do a video on that, on just my cross stitch whips. And I did not bring it in here. I brought a few things I got for Christmas in here, but I got the Rosetta Cow blanket. I really would like to start that this year. That's a crochet blanket. And I got another one too. I have seemed to be obsessed with crochet blankets. Now, let's see. Quilting. I'm not going to stand up and unfold this all the way because it's really big. But I really just did some practicing. And I don't want you to see my... my binding is terrible. I tried something for binding. I lost some of my points on some of these. The middle of it is just simple block. I did a flying geese block. Let's see, it's down here on this side. This was really just practice. I used scraps for what I had. Some of this doesn't really match. That was okay. It was just a practice quilt. And it definitely has some mistakes, a lot. But that's okay. I'll get better. And I'm going to show you what I'm, later on this year, this will not be, excuse me, this won't be started this anytime soon, but later on this year, wow, now the sun is out. I'm going to do, I used the Quilt As You Go method to make that quilt. And it really worked out well for me. And it was a lot of practice cutting. So, and now I know a lot of the mistakes that I made. But I'm going to make a quilt block out of this book this year. And it is, I have it marked. The name of this quilt is The Solstice Parade. And this is the finished quilt right here. I am going to be using, I got this for Christmas. This is Chantilly. It's a fig tree fabric. I guess I could take it out of this plastic. Again, thought I was prepared. Maybe not so much. It's a Moda fabric, and I'm super excited. I'm going to really take my time with this one. I probably won't finish it this year, but I like to do sewing projects in the summertime when it's hot and I can sit back there. It's a lot cooler where my sewing machine is. So this is a Moda fabric. It is called Chantilly. It's Fig Tree and Company. I love it. It's a lot of peach and greens and yellow and a little bit of like a duck egg blue. It's really pretty fabric. So I'm going to be starting that quilt at some point this year, but it will be later on in the summer. And when we were on the subject of crochet, I forgot to show something. This is a project that I'm gonna start in January. This is in my Pearl and Plum bag I got off of Etsy a couple of years ago. I love this bag because I can use it. It closes up at the top, and I can, when I have to go places, doctor's office or whatever, I can stick my wallet in here and use it. But I'm going to make the Waru shawl. This is a paid for pattern by Deanne Ramsey. I have chosen some, I don't have a lot of hand-dyed yarns, but I have picked some that I believe right now this is my final choice for what I'm picking. I needed 4 colors. These are this one is one. It's a Blue Mule fiber, and it's super wash merino and mulberry silk. Let me see. I think a couple, maybe all the rest of them are from the same place. Yeah, the rest of them are all Valhalla Farms. Unfortunately, she's not dying anymore. I'm so sad. This one is called Boho Romance. And this one is called My Cup of Tea. This one is Autumn Skies. So I'm hoping that these colors, I don't know, looking at them on camera, I'm not so sure, but I'm gonna start with it. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of hand-dyed yarn, so, but I'm thinking I really like these. I'm not so sure about this first one. We'll see. I'm gonna start with it and kind of see how it goes along, and if I need to swap out some colors, I may. But I definitely want to start this month. I have made a couple of shawls for myself that I can show you next time. And but I have not. I don't make a lot of winter clothes. I was making more when we were living in Pennsylvania for a while, because obviously the weather's a lot colder there, but I haven't made as many here. So we'll see. I think that's pretty much everything. Let's see. I'll show you a couple of things that I got for Christmas that I brought in here in my dining area now. I got this cute little bag from That's So Lisa on Etsy. Of course, and the Dachshunds. This, I hope to make, it came with a little notions pouch. This will make a good size for socks, and that is something that I really want to learn how to knit. And if anybody has any tips or any good tutorials, please leave them in the comments, because I need all the help I can get. I'm gonna knit a cowl first. I want to knit something a little bit easier. It's just gonna be a really simple cowl with just I think it's got a 2x2 ribbing on each end of it, and then just regular knit stitch in the middle, and kind of see how that goes along. But I think because I crochet, I have tried some knitting before, and I was just trying to do the English method where you throw the yarn, and that really wasn't working for me because I'm left-handed, and now I've taught myself to crochet right-handed. And so I hold the yarn in my left hand, and I think I'm gonna give it a try this time, the continental method, and see if I can't move along a little better with it and enjoy it some. But I really wanted to make an effort to not just keep saying, I want to learn how to do this, I want to learn how to do that, and learn something new every year. So I feel like I'm accomplishing that, and I'm super pleased. But I did get a few cross-stitch patterns that a little bit of haul for Christmas that I thought I'd show you. I have all of these patterns from Plum Street Samplers with the little sausage dogs, but I did not have this one, so I got this pattern, and I need to get started. I've only ever made one of them. I made the Winter Wienerland one. I got 2 more of the crackers that I want to make this year. This is Primrose, the little bunny. And this is Clementine, the cat. And Monroe, the little mouse. Those are so cute. And they're such an easy stitch, really. When I sit down to craft, most of the time, I don't want to have to use my brain too much, to be honest. Sometimes I do, but most of the time, I'm not really feeling like using my brain a whole lot. I got all the salt box patterns from Plum Street Samplers. So there's autumn, winter. I'm sure you've all seen these before. Spring and summer. Those are really cute, and I want to, like I said, make some more smalls. And then the last thing I got is this goat load. My future daughter-in-law has goats here on our property, and I'll take you out. We'll go out and see those one day. It's so wet back there now, but when it starts drying up, I'll take you out to see the goats. She's obsessed, so I'm gonna make that for her. This one will be done this year. I'm gonna make that for her and frame it and give it to her for Christmas. So that one will definitely be a start and a finish for this year. But that's really it for today. I did want to add some things to my video, like, you know, kind of give a little. I listen to a lot of Audible. I don't make a lot of time to read a book anymore, just because I'd rather do some crafting and then read. I mean, I still, and storage is limited for me here, so it's just easier for me to listen to books on Audible. So, and yes, look at that. I have some blue hair. Long story. But so I thought every month I would kind of tell you what I've been listening to and how I like it. Oh gosh, I'm almost done. So we're just gonna have to make do with the lighting like it is. I just listened to The Dutch House not long ago. That one is narrated by Tom Hanks. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And another one I wanted to throw out there was Where the Crawdads Sing. I really enjoyed that book too. So if you have any recommendations for me for Audible, let me know. I watch a lot of Netflix. If you have any good recommendations. I just finished Peaky Blinders finally. I had not finished that. I finished that. It was really good. And I finished The Crown. So that was real good too. I just finished the new season of The Crown. I think it was season 3. It just came out on Netflix not long ago. So I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. I'm trying to keep, to like 30 to 40 minutes, unless when I vlog, they'll be shorter, so that I know it's hard. It's hard for me to find the time to sit down and watch one, that's super long, but I've really missed YouTube, and we'll see how this goes. I'd really like to start making videos more often, so I hope everybody has a great crafty day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.